This is the incredible true story of HMS Belfast, Europe's largest preserved warship. Her wartime service was legendary, from helping to sink the feared German battleship Scharnhorst in the Arctic to unleashing fire on D-Day. Yet, her most dramatic victory was fought years later, the passionate campaign that saved her from the scrapyard. Now docked proudly on the River Thames in London, this is her ultimate story of survival. HMS Belfast, a town-class light cruiser of the Royal Navy, had a storied and active life. Commissioned in 1939, the warship served with distinction for 24 years before being officially retired from service, but not before achieving naval immortality. After recovering from being severely damaged by a German magnetic mine in 1939, Belfast rejoined the home fleet in 1942, boasting state-of-the-art radar technology that would prove decisive. Belfast's most famous hour came on Boxing Day 1943, when she played a pivotal role in sinking the German battleship Scharnhorst, one of the most feared surface raiders. While escorting the vital Arctic convoys delivering supplies to the Soviet Union, Belfast, as the flagship of Admiral Robert Burnett's squadron, made the crucial radar contact with Scharnhorst. Throughout the battle, Belfast shadowed the massive German ship, constantly transmitting its position, effectively blinding the enemy and guiding the heavier British forces to the target. In the final phase of the engagement, Belfast illuminated the Scharnhorst with star shells, allowing the battleship HMS Duke of York to deliver the knockout blow. This action eliminated a major threat and was a huge strategic victory for the Allies. In June 1944, Belfast was the flagship of Bombardment Force E, supporting the Allied landings on Gold and Juno beaches during Operation Overlord, D-Day. Anchored just a few miles offshore, she fired some of the first shots of the naval bombardment at 5:27 a.m. on June 6th. Her main target was the powerful German gun battery at La Marefontaine, which her shells successfully neutralized. Belfast remained off the Normandy coast for 5 weeks, firing over 5,000 shells in support of the troops fighting inland, marking the last time she fired her guns in the Second World War. After the Second World War, Belfast served again in the Korean War, 1950–1952, before being decommissioned in 1963. Like most warships, her long-term fate was expected to be dismantling in a shipbreaking yard. For some years, she served a temporary, less glamorous role as an accommodation ship at Fareham near Portsmouth, essentially awaiting disposal. The outlook was bleak, but a few individuals saw her not as scrap metal, but as a priceless piece of national history. The initial spark for preservation came in 1967. Staff from the Imperial War Museum saw Belfast moored nearby. Realizing her remarkably good condition and her status as the only surviving major warship from the Battle of North Cape, the ambitious idea of preserving the entire ship was floated. A joint committee was quickly established involving the Imperial War Museum, the National Maritime Museum, and the Ministry of Defense to draw up a formal preservation proposal. By June 1968, the committee reported that preserving Belfast as a museum ship was both practical and economic. Despite the compelling case and the encouraging report, the government's Paymaster General rejected the proposal in 1971, seemingly sealing the ship's fate. Belfast was once again left awaiting the shipbreakers. This rejection galvanized a private group of campaigners to action. They immediately formed the HMS Belfast Trust with a single goal: save the ship for the nation. The campaign was led by a pivotal figure, Rear Admiral Sir Morgan Giles. Morgan Giles was not just a politician, he was a member of Parliament for Winchester. He was a man with a deep personal connection to the vessel, having been the captain of Belfast during her last overseas commission from 1961–1962. His influence and passion were instrumental. He lobbied fiercely in the House of Commons, describing the ship as being in a really wonderful state of preservation and arguing for its unique status. The Trust, through its campaigning, successfully applied pressure on the government. The efforts of the HMS Belfast Trust paid off astonishingly quickly. In July 1971, just months after the government had rejected the official proposal, they conceded and transferred ownership of the ship to the Trust. The next challenge was moving the massive warship, the largest preserved warship in Europe, from Portsmouth to her new permanent home in London. This ambitious operation was codenamed Operation Seahorse. Belfast was towed from Fareham to Tilbury, where she underwent refitting to prepare her for life as a museum. Then came the spectacular final leg of the journey. The warship was carefully towed up the River Thames and passed under Tower Bridge, a moment captured in famous photographs. On Trafalgar Day, 21st October 1971, just 4 months after being saved from the scrapyard, HMS Belfast opened to the public at her permanent mooring in the Pool of London near Tower Bridge. In 1978, the HMS Belfast Trust was merged with the Imperial War Museum, cementing the ship's status as a major national museum. If you enjoyed this video, please do like and subscribe to our channel for more. Thank you.